Hello, beautiful people out there. I welcome you all back to this channel. Today's story is about a man known by his people in a small village as the greatest of all, but was later caught up by spirits. What is going to happen to this man? Without wasting much time, let's get to the depth of this story. The village of Indemo lay nestled between rolling green hills and the dense, whispering forest of Muzimu, a place feared by all. Elders warned the young never to enter its depths, for it was said that restless spirits wandered beneath its ancient trees. But one fateful evening, Jabiri, the village's strongest hunter, returned from the forest not as the man he once was. His wife, Amina, was the first to notice the change. She had been grinding millets when she saw him staggering toward their hut, his tall frame casting a long shadow in the setting sun. His spear, usually held firm and proud, dragged loosely behind him. His clothes were torn, his chest marked with strange, dark lines that seemed to shift and move. "Jabiri!" Amina whispered, stepping forward cautiously. Her husband lifted his hand, and when she met his gaze, a chill ran through her. His once gentle brown eyes were now an airy shade of grey, as if they had been drained of life. His lips moved, but his voice was a low, guttural murmur as though something else spoke through him. Who? Who are you? Amina asked, her hands trembling. Jabiri did not answer. Instead, he let out a deep, unnatural growl and collapsed to the ground. Word spread quickly. By nightfall, the entire village had gathered around Jabiri's hut, murmuring in fear. The elders stood in a circle, their faces grim. "This is no illness," muttered Elder Kwame, his wrinkled hands gripping his staff. Something unnatural has taken hold of him." The villagers gasped when Jabiri suddenly sat up. His voice was stiff, his neck twisting at an odd angle. He looked around, but his movements were not his own, as if a puppet master controlled his lips. A deep, ancient voice emerged from his throat, layered over his own. "You have taken what is mine," the voice rasped, sending shivers through everyone. "You have forgotten, but I remember." Children clucked to their mothers. Warriors tightened their grips on their spears, and Amina sobbed, clutching her chest. "What do you remember?" Elder Kwame asked, his voice firm but weary. Jabiri let out a laugh, not his own, but one filled with bitterness and sorrow. "I was a warrior," the spirit within him growled. "A chief betrayed, slaughtered, and buried beneath the roots of Muzimi forest." His grey eyes glowed. "Your people took my land. Your ancestors silenced my name, but I have returned." With those words, Jabiri lunged forward. The villagers screamed as he moved faster than any man should, his hands outstretched like claws. "Hold him down," Elder Kwame commanded. The strongest warriors leaped forward, wrestling Jabiri to the ground, but it took 5 men to pin him, his body thrashing violently. "We must call Mama Nyoka," Amina gasped. "She is the only one who can help." By midnight, Mama Inyoka, the feared and respected diviner, arrived. She was wrapped in a cloth of woven charms, her neck adorned with bones and beads that colored with every step. She held a staff curved with ancient symbols, its tip glowing faintly. She crouched beside Jabiri, studying the shifting mark on his skin. She placed her hands upon his forehead, her eyes rolling back as she chanted in a language older than time. The air grew heavy. The villagers felt an unseen presence press upon them, as if they stood on the edge of two worlds. Suddenly, Jabiri let out a blood-curdling scream, his body edging upward. "I see you," Mama Inyoka whispered. "You are lost. You seek revenge." The spirits knelt through Jabiri's lips. They erased my name. They left me to rot. I will take what is old. Mama Inyoka's eye glowed white. "No, you will return to where you belong." She struck the earth with her staff. A gust of wind howled through the village, carrying the whispers of the ancestors. The warriors holding Jabiri trembled backward as his body convulsed violently. "Leave this man," Mama Inyoka commanded. Jabiri let out a final agonized scream as a dark mist erupted from his mouth, twisting and shrinking into the night. The ground trembled and then silence. The villagers held their breath. Jabiri's body fell still. His eyes fluttered open, warm brown once more. "Amina," he croaked, weak and confused. She rushed to him, sobbing, "You are back." The village celebrated, but Mama Inyoka gave them a stern warning. "The spirit never forgets," she said, her voice grave. "You must honor the ancestors, tell their stories, leave offerings, never let the past be forgotten, or it will come for you again." From that night onward, the people of Indemo built a shrine at the edge of Muzimu forest, where they left food, water, and whispered prayers to the forgotten warrior. And Jabiri never spoke of what he had seen in the darkness. This is the end of the story. Thank you all for listening. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, don't hesitate to do so that anytime we upload a story, you will be the first to be notified. And to all my returning subscribers, God richly bless you and keep the good work done. Remember, the name is Florence. If you don't hear from me, see you next time. Bye bye.